Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Sam. Welcome to episode number 2 of Surge to Seismic. So it has been quite a while since the first episode, nearly a month now. I have been very busy with college, hence why I just haven't had much progression with this series. But episode is here now. This is episode 2, and to start things off, I have accomplished 100 shards at the Glaciers. That was my original goal as soon as I came here, was to get 100 shards, and any boots I got was just a bonus. And of course I got steadfast, I got Glavens and 2 Ragefires. So a pretty successful 100 shards, I suppose. And also when I make the Armadillo Battle Staff, it does add up to another 8 or 9 mil. The staff has gone down in price. It used to be about 15 mil, but still happy to make an extra 8-9 mil. Seeing as the boots, well, 2 of the boots are around like 6 mil. 8 mil is a nice amount as well. So overall, out of everything I did at Glaciers, I made 50 mil in total, which is incredible. It didn't take me too long actually, because at the time when I was doing this, I had a lot of time to log on and get this done. So 50 mil is really sweet, and I'm really happy about all of that. Alright, so after finishing at Glaciers, I decided to head back to Rise of the Six. I still want to get my hands on one of them shields. I've never had one of them before, and they look really cool. So even though, if I don't get a shield from this, I'm still going to make a nice bit of money from all the other drops. So mainly the energy, that still is about 400k each. And if you get a good team, you can get a load of kills in an hour, and it is actually a really good money making method. So if you are looking to make some money, then definitely go to Rise of the Six. Despite even the shields are relatively cheap now, I think one of them is like 15 mil, and the most expensive is about 30 mil. That's still actually a really good thing to get. On top of just the regular money you can get from this. So I was at Rise of the Six for quite a long time actually. I did a load of kills, and throughout all of it, unfortunately, again, I did not get any shields. My original aim was to stay here until I do get a shield, but I was literally here for a long time. I was doing like loads of live streams on Twitch, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different, so I did decide to go away from this after the time I was here. But I did get a lot of energy and drops from this, which unfortunately I don't actually have a final clip of all the loot I did get, because I do just dump it into the bank. But I made a nice amount of money from rots, not too much, but just additional money, maybe in the region of about 20 mil plus from everything I got from here, mainly from all of the energy. Alright, so after finishing at Rise of the Six, I did actually go ahead and do some Slayer, and I still want to record, any good drops I did, because I'm still going to put them into the drop tab. So the first one was some Razorback Gauntlets. These are my second pair ever, so that's pretty cool. They're about 2 mil, not very much, but I still thought I'd record it for you guys just to show you that I do actually have them now from the drop. So you're probably wondering like, why are they in the drop tab? But got them from the areas there, so that was cool. And then went to Abyssal Demons and got the final piece for the Triskelion key piece. So that was nice. I finally got that fragment. Took me ages to get it, but there we go. I can actually now make the key and go ahead to the rock face and get my reward. So I'm always excited for this. It feels like I'm doing an elite, but you just get the reward instantly. And usually it's a lot better as well. So put it into the rock face, and fortunately it wasn't really the best loot from it, but I did get some gems, and I got the clue scroll as well, which is an elite clue scroll, so I can go ahead and go do that. And also from the loot as well, I actually got another crystal Triskelion fragment back from it, so that's already gave me a little boost to making another one. So everything from it adds up to about 250k, so it's not too much. So after doing all that, I went ahead and did the elite clue scroll, and the loot I got from it wasn't too great, even though it looks kind of cool, especially the Dragon Square Shield ornament kit. But when I went to price check it, it definitely wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. I was really actually kind of disappointed with it all actually, because I got, 2 kind of rare drops as opposed to Dragon Square Shield ornament kit and Ancient Plate Legs, but they're so cheap. It really doesn't add up to too much. So in the end, it all adds up to a total of 148k, which is actually quite average. So that was quite disappointing. I was hoping it to be a little bit more, because it did look quite good. So once finished with Slayer, I did actually head over to Nex, and it wasn't even in a team. I actually went there and did a few solos. It took me a while to do this, but I did actually master it in the end. I did range kills to start off with, and quite early on throughout my Nex solos, I did actually get a drop, which was Virtus Boots, which you can see on the screen right now. This was on my second solo ever, so that was about 10 mil. It is actually like probably the cheapest drop you can actually get from Next, but I'm still really happy because it's like 10 mil. It's my first Next solo drop, and it was really cool just to be able to solo Next and then to actually get a Next drop afterwards was pretty sweet. So that's like 10 mil into the drop tab already. That's pretty sweet, and I did do a few more solos after this as well. Unfortunately though, I didn't get any more sort of Next drops. It was only the Virtus boots which I got, but it was just sort of the average loot, which is still pretty good. Doing Next solos is still a really good way to make money, especially if you know how to do it well. Like, I'm not very good at it, but I can get the kills. Like, it is very unpredictable with me because sometimes I can do it relatively easily. If I can get past the blood phase on the first go, that's really good. Usually it does take me a couple of attempts to do that, but really after the blood phase I can usually get the kills. A couple of kills though, it was like a really close call. Like, I was really close to dying. I remember at one point I actually had to use my Portent of Life to use as like a healing method. So that was quite interesting, and I did actually manage to get the kill. So I got the average loot from the rest of the kills, just like the green dragon hide and everything like that. So it was really good fun. I will go back to Next in the future and most likely try and do some switches to not need someone to finish off the protect from range Next. So after finishing at Next, I did still stay at the God Boss dungeon. I actually headed over to Saradomin, and the first drop I got there was a Saradomin's Murmur. So as you can see on the screen right there, I just got it. That was pretty sweet. They're worth about 3 to 4 mil, so definitely not the most expensive out the lot, but still a drop at the end of the day. I got that after 93 KC, so relatively early on, so that's pretty sweet. And then the next drop I got was an Elite Clue Scroll. I just wanted to record this because I'm always going to do Elite Clue Scrolls in the video if I get one, and that was pretty sweet. I always do seem to get Elite Clues whenever I go to Saradome. It just seems to be a mandatory thing now, but it's pretty cool. I love doing Elite Clue Scrolls. It's actually one of my favourite things to do, so I can't complain at that. It's just usually the loot is just really bad for me. So talking about that Elite Clue Scroll, here we are on the final stage of the clue itself, and the loot I got wasn't too great. It was actually hardly any items in this clue, but the main item was the Armadillo page 2, which is adds up quite nicely for the whole clue to a total of 357k. So that's actually pretty good, surprisingly high after only just getting 4 items. So interesting, but a good clue I suppose, and I'm happy about that. So I did decide to head back to Saradomin after that clue, and would you believe it, I actually managed to pick up a Saradomin hilt on my 3rd kill in that trip. So after just 9kc, absolutely crazy. Really happy to get that Saradomin hilt. If you don't know already, I went to Saradomin earlier this year to try and get the Saradomin hilt, and it took me nearly 2 months to get this drop. Like, I'm not even kidding, it nearly took 2 months of me really going hardcore on Saradomin. So to get it after just 3 kills really of this trip was brilliant, and the total price of the Saradomin hilt is 32 million. So that's a massive jump there for the series, and I'm really happy about that. So amazing drop, and it was really nice to see on the floor. And then shortly afterwards, from getting that Saradomin hilt, I picked up a Saradomin's Whisper, which was really nice. That was about 5.4 mil, I believe. So this trip has just been amazing. After just, 33kc, I've already had 2 drops, which adds up to over 35 mil. So a big step forward for the series, and that's really cool. That. So I didn't get any more drops after that Whisper at Saradomin, but it was still a really successful trip, especially with that Saradomin hilt adding up to 32 mil. That's incredible. I think that's actually my most expensive drop I've had so far this series, so pretty interesting there. But if I do add all of the most expensive drops I've had from the drop tab into the price check, it adds up to a total of 176 mil. So I've still got a long way to go to completing this series. Like, this doesn't even afford the Singularity yet, but I will be going back to the high level bosses such as Nex, and I will be going to Virago as well to see if I can pick up some awesome drops there and really get this series moving. But thank you very much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to throw it a thumbs up, and I will see you in episode 3.